rickshaw atau di Indonesia lebih familiar dengan sebutan bajai. Orang bisa saja menganggap bajai hanya sebagai kendaraan mungil beroda 3 dengan suara knalpot yang memekakkan telinga dan membuat tubuh bergetar ketika menaikinya. Bajai menyematkan kisah petualangan menarik bagi dua pemuda asal Amerika Utara ini.
My name is Adam Clift. I'm 29 years old. I come from Calgary, Alberta in Canada.
My name is Kevin Mangan. I'm 29. I live in the United States. I just recently moved to Los Angeles. About 6 months ago, I heard about this adventurous thing, found the ASEAN rickshaw run, and decided it was something I wanted to do.
Kevin had told me about it and that he wanted to join, and he asked me to join with him, and I thought it was a great idea. It sounded like a really fantastic adventure. I mean, there's not often in life where you get the opportunity to go to a foreign country and you know, take a vehicle like a Bajai, which is really pretty unheard of, to drive this such a far distance. And I just love the idea, the whole concept of it. And most people like to go on vacation, but not many people that I know vacation like this. So it's just something completely different, which was attractive to me.
Selama 2 pekan, mereka mengawali petualangan dari Koh Lanta Krabi, Thailand, melewati wilayah Penang, Malaysia, dan menyusuri Pulau Sumatera hingga akhirnya sampai di garis akhir di Jakarta. Mereka adalah Jakarta or Bust.
Jakarta or bust. It means that we're either going to get to Jakarta or go bust.
Where we were going to die trying, basically. That's how motivated we are. So we were definitely getting there to the finish line or die trying. We realized that we had no idea what we were doing, so no clue, no plan of where we were going, so no route, and we didn't think that was a problem. And so no clue, no route, no problem became our motto.
I mean, we got lost several times, but it was always a good story. Through Thailand and Malaysia, we caravanned with 3 other teams. So we had 4 Bajai driving together. But when we got to Sumatra, we were on our own. We went by ourselves for the whole island.
Good, Good. Hot seat is apparently nice.
Hello.
We took, we were on the condition of the road there, the eastern highway, north to south, is actually pretty good compared to some of the roads that we were on. There are occasionally very large potholes. It's usually just where the road goes down a little bit, where water has run. But in general, they're not as good as Java. Jakarta has very good roads. But for Sumatra, the roads there were pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, a lot of potholes. Like when we first started, we would miss them and accidentally hit really big ones or fall into a hole and have a lot of problems. There was one day we were coming from Posia near Lake Toba to the east side of Sumatra, and it was very bad weather. It was raining, like pouring rain, and just like everything was getting wet, and we could drive so slow. And then the rain stopped, and we had no idea where we were, and suddenly off to the right opens up Sigurgura, just suddenly, and it was so beautiful. Like all waterfalls were going, like so many waterfalls were going, and like because the rain had just happened, and it was just such a reward. Like it was so rewarding to have something that beautiful right after something so difficult, and that's sort of been a pattern throughout our trip. Like we have a hard time with the Bajai, and then almost right after that something beautiful happens, something amazing.
There was just spectacular scenery. The part that I enjoyed the best probably was interaction with the people that we met. There are a lot of little stories, just little stories that don't sound like a big thing, but were very important to us at the time, like people inviting us to their homes for coffee or meals when we were very tired, or it was raining and they would take us in from the rain, and just those sort of things that was really heartwarming to see.
A little more. Well, I can buy it if you want. Yeah. I think it's just something unique, you know? Even just the Bajai, when people would see us, there would usually be like 3 levels of reaction, where they would just sort of look, and then they would look again, like what a Bajai here? And then they would see who was driving, and then they would start to laugh. So there would be like just a look, and then surprise, and then laughing and waving, and they seemed to think it was very, very funny and very fun, which is great because that's how we felt. We felt like it was just kind of ridiculous and hilarious.
Petualangan Jakarta Urbas dengan bajainya memang menarik perhatian masyarakat Sumatera. Tak ketinggalan, petugas kepolisian juga ingin mengabadikan momen unik bersama mereka.
We met the police they were doing checks on the road maybe 3 to 4 times on the course of the trip. They would be waving trucks through, and they'd see us and ask us to pull over, and we were always concerned because they were never smiling when they asked us to pull over. And then they would come over with their cameras out, their cell phones out, and ask us to take pictures with them, and that was always a big relief that we weren't getting in trouble, that they just wanted to have some pictures with us. So we really enjoyed our interactions with the police. We had no trouble anywhere we went with the police. They were always pretty happy to see us.
Bye-bye. Hati-hati.
Tidak hanya berpetualang sambil menikmati pemandangan alam Sumatera atau membalas sambutan lambaian dan berinteraksi dengan warga sekitar, Adam dan Kevin harus mampu mengatasi kendala pada bajai mereka saat ada unsur mesin bajai yang mengalami kerusakan.
We didn't really have a whole lot of tools with us, so I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. And I'm not a mechanic at all, but I have some experience with motorcycles when I was younger, and even if I don't know how to fix it, I'll try to fix it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. The few small issues that we had were a clutch cable breaking, which was easy for me to disassemble, and then we had the help of some local mechanics to make us new pieces, which is something that I wouldn't have been able to do. And cooling system issues, which just meant I had to fix some hoses on the side of the road, and luckily I always had my knife with me and it was easy to fix. And then new batteries, and that was basically it. And as long as, and Kevin learned quite a bit about taking care of the Bajaj as well. I think as long as you can just get back there and look around and see what's happening, it's pretty easy to understand. We knew coming in that it was going to be a delicate machine and that we had to take care of it. And I used the analogy like taking care of a pet or a plant or something that you really have to take care of. So as long as they're well fed with good fuel, they're exercised, so we run them hard, but we also give them a break quite often and let them cool down. And as long as you have the right fluids in there and you let them breathe, take breaks, they usually perform pretty well, or ours did anyway. So that was our philosophy going into it, that we would treat it like a member of our team, take care of it and not leave it out in the rain and put it away at night and just be good to our Bajaj. We had been making really good time in the trips up to that point. We were covering a lot of ground very quickly, and then we hit a snag where we ended up in some very, very serious mountain trails that were not even roads, and that basically set us back maybe 1 to 2 days, because we were at least 6 to 8 hours on just one small section of mountain road that we were going maybe 5 kilometers over, 5 kilometers an hour over. So very, very slow progress. And when we finished that, we had to sleep immediately because we were so exhausted from that portion of the trip. So that meant that in order to reach the finish line on time and get to the cooling ceremony, which we really wanted to attend, we needed to come up with a solution. So that either meant driving for 4 days straight without stopping, which was very, very dangerous, and probably we would have still been late, or hiring a vehicle, a truck, and putting the Bajaj on and getting us at least 1 day caught up.
And something like 1,400 kilometers to travel. And there was just no way that we could do it. It wasn't physically possible. Bajaj is way too slow. So we decided to, even though it was running very well, put it on a truck so that we could make up some time. We found a truck at midnight-ish.
We found a driver, negotiated a rate, which was more than most people paid when they put it on the truck, but that's okay. And that was a really great part of the adventure. Actually, I was a little upset that we had to do it in the first place because I wanted to try to drive the entire way, but there was no physical way we could make up that much time.
Loading it onto the truck, we had maybe 10 people helping us and like boards, and we pushed it up there and it was really easy. Drove for 20 straight hours. I have no idea how the driver did it, but he didn't need to sleep. He didn't need to stop and rest or anything. Just stop for gas and coffee occasionally. And he just drove very fast, like swerving around everything the whole way. We sat in the back of the truck with the Bajaj, and he did not avoid potholes, so he would hit things, and the Bajaj was not tied down well. It would bounce up like this high off the truck bed and move around and just sort of hop around in the back. We thought it was raining at first, but then we realized that it was the gasoline coming out of the Bajaj onto us, and battery fluid, and all of the water, just all of the fluid that was in it came out onto us and onto our bags. It was very dirty. All of the exhaust and pollution from all the other trucks, dirt, dust, everything, and then when the sun came out, we had nowhere to hide from the sun, so we're just sweating and dirty, and there were so many, the part of Sumatra that we were driving through for some reason had way more garbage fires than anywhere else that we'd been, so it was just smoke and everything all over us. We didn't really get to sleep at all. Anytime we tried to sleep, we'd hit a bump and just bounce up in the air and then wake up. But standing up in it and just the wind felt good, even though it was dirty most of the time, just from exhaust and stuff. But yeah, it was just very tiring because we couldn't rest at all. Like, we took the seats out and tried to make a little bed, but when we rested, like when we laid down, if we started to fall asleep, we would either get bounced up and wake up, or the Bajaj would bounce towards us and we'd risk having it smash us and stuff because it's very unpredictable. So basically had to just stay awake the whole time.
It ended up being a great experience riding along with the Bajaj in the back of the truck. It was dangerous, it was hot and sweaty and dirty.
We were just filthy. We were just like caked in dirt, just so dirty. Take multiple showers afterwards and still not clean. Getting it off of the truck, we just had me, Adam, the driver, and his friend, and one random guy from the gas station who helped us. And it was very difficult. We had no ramp. We basically had to lift the thing out of the truck, and yeah, like it was just very difficult. The thing is very heavy. It's almost 400 kilos, and we essentially dropped it out of the truck, like hit it on the edge, and just sort of fell backwards. But it was okay. It drove right after that and drove fine. Had to refill all the fluid and get a new battery, but it was okay.
I will always remember that part of the trip very fondly. I'm glad that it's over and I'm out of the back of the truck now, but it was nice. Well, it was fun while it was going on. Yeah.
Bagaimana kelanjutan kisah petualangan menarik Adam dan Kevin dengan bajainya? Inside episode Jakarta Bus bagian kedua pekan depan.